Welcome back to PonyFans Live. We got a little bonus segment here with Mick Rossley, who, until Emmanuel Sanders came along, Mick was the second leading receiver in SMU history. Emmanuel bumped him down to third, but still, 183 catches over 4 years. And Mick, you grew up the son of an offensive coordinator, son of a head coach. Your dad, now the offensive coordinator at A&M, but he was the offensive coordinator at SMU when football started up again, went to the NFL briefly and came back. Did you know all along that if he was coaching in college that you were going to play wherever Dad was coaching?
First of all, it was 187 passes.
Excuse me, 187 catches.
I remember every one of them.
I've been corrected twice tonight.
And second of all, I had no clue. I mean, my dad had broken into the NFL for the first time in his career. And he was at the Atlanta Falcons, and he was doing great. He was a quarterback coach there. And I remember back when I told Coach Reinebold that I was at North Carolina with Coach Mack Brown on my exit interview when I got the phone call that my dad had accepted the job to go to SMU to be the head coach, and he was leaving Atlanta, which I had stayed in Dallas. He was offensive coordinator at SMU before that. And I stayed there to finish my senior year. But when I heard that news, I decided that I was going to be a Pony and play for Pops. You know,
I don't see how you could I don't see how you could go anywhere else. I mean, the chance to play college is a rare opportunity.
Well,
the chance to play in college for your own dad is something almost nobody gets a chance to do.
It was kind of a risky proposition because there's a good chance that things aren't going to work out and you're going to look like daddy's boy or whatever. But I decided to go with it and roll the dice. And there are some other schools. You know, it wasn't like today's recruiting where I mean, you literally go down for spring camp at different campuses and they see everything about you. I felt like I was overhyped, and I had every Southwest Conference school. I had Florida Gators, North Carolina. I had a bunch of guys on me, but it was a very inefficient process back then, and I think it was more or less, word of mouth, whatever. But when my dad took the job, I felt like there's a good chance for a little dude to play early, and that's what happened when I went there.
Tell you what, slide your microphone up a little bit.
Okay.
If you can. All right.
Okay.
Is that better? All right. Now, when you were at Highland Park High School, not only were you, I believe, the quarterback, not a receiver, but you were also a damn good baseball player. How much thought did you give to pursuing baseball, going into college and playing baseball and giving up football altogether?
I thought I was going to play baseball, and that's why I just went through the motions when it came to recruiting for football. But, at the end of the day, I don't know, I had bad eyes. I discovered I had bad eyes when I was a senior in high school, and I had to get contacts, and we played some select league baseball in summer and stuff like that, and I was like, what the heck? It was truly a thing where my dad took the job down the street, and I knew I could play. I could catch balls as a slot receiver in a run shoot offense, and he was coming home. My brother was already at the university, and I was like, you know what? Everybody on my summer league baseball team is going to go play minor leagues. Do I want to do that, or do I want to go start catching balls as a freshman? And I ended up going to SMU, and I caught 46 balls as a true freshman, and it got better from there, and I wouldn't have changed it for anything.
So turn it around a little bit and tell us what it's like from your dad's perspective, because he's your coach, or he might be your coach. He's trying to recruit you, but he's also your dad, and he wants what's best for his son. What are those conversations like over the dinner table? Did he and your mom have heated debates over where you're going to end up, or how did he handle your recruitment? Or did he give it all to
he literally just kind of backed off and didn't really participate, and just said, he thought I was going to be a baseball player, but I don't know. It was a pretty seamless process.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. The trying moment was I was sitting there, and I was going to go play for Texas to play baseball.
Right.
And my dad, he probably wanted me to come back home, and I don't know. At the end of the day, I just decided that I'd go play baseball.
What kind of offense did Highland Park run? That wasn't a run and shoot, was it?
We ran basically what Air Force or OU ran in the 80s, which was basically either quarterback, dive back, or flip it to the outside, and we threw about 8 balls a game.
So you're going from high school to college, quarterback to receiver, option Air Force running offense to run and shoot. What's the biggest adjustment? Or did you already know that offense because you grew up around it?
I actually played receiver my junior year in high school, and then if you go to a school that only runs the football, you want to play quarterback. So I did that, and but all the way I realized that my slot playing college football would be catching short balls, and I will take this time to say there's no way to catch a bunch of short balls without some really fast outside receivers. And there's one sitting in the stands named Brian Berry from Killeen, Texas, that had no business taking a scholarship to SMU, but he did because he was big time. He would spread the defense out like Coach talked about earlier, and which made things happen for little guys like me.
How did the relationship with your dad work? I mean, you said you came in as a true freshman. You caught 40-something passes.
Yeah, 46.
I keep selling you short. I'm sorry. All right, you catch 46 passes, but you come in and you are known right away as the coach's kid. What's that like on the practice field? Do you have to call your dad coach? Or how did that relationship change with your father?
I really didn't speak to him. I mean, I literally left it up to my offensive coordinator and my receivers coach, which changed 4 years in a row. I had 4 different receivers coaches, which could be a disadvantage to some, but to me, it was a positive. In my 4th year, a guy named Curtis Johnson was our coach, and he went on to be Miami Hurricanes receivers coach, and he went on to be the Saints coach, and he's been in the NFL ever since. But Curtis Johnson was of the 4 receivers receiver coaches that I played for. During 2 days, I said, this guy is a jerk, and I'm not happy. And he called me out in front of Brian Berry and the rest of our team in a receiver meeting, and I was like, this stinks. And at the end of the day, he brought out the best of me. And of the 4 coaches, I got great things out of all of them. Turner Gill was one of them, who's now the head coach at Kansas.
Right.
That was my true freshman year. Turner was our coach. But CJ, Curtis Johnson, what he taught me to do was how to stem up a receiver. And he taught me how to run routes. And if you can't figure out leverage on a guy, like I'm under average, little slow white guy.
Right.
But if you can learn how to stem up a man-to-man coverage, then you can end up getting some balls. And CJ did that for me.
All right, now I know you go to games now. You still live in the area. And if I'm not mistaken, one of your daughters was one of the junior cheerleaders or whatever they are.
We
come out during the timeout.
All right.
So I know you're at games now. How did your dad's version of the run and shoot differ from what Coach Reinebold and Coach Jones are teaching now?
I think it's always evolving, and where we were always true bear run and shoot my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. By the time we got to seniors, we were doing more locked on routes. I think June has stuck more true to the run and shoot, and I haven't studied their tape and really understand what's going on.
Right.
But he's more of in my mind, he's more of a true run and shoot guy, and but everybody's evolving, and I don't know. The great thing is if you can get on a team that throws the ball 50 times a game, why the hell not go sign a scholarship there?
Right.
I mean, if I'm a receiver, I'd rather go to frickin' SMU, so sorry for my French, as opposed to some other place. If
A&M.
If they're doing,
Texas.
Yeah.
Rather than go play for your dad?
Totally. Because that's just what they do, and yeah.
All right, so if you've got a wide receiver or a quarterback sitting in front of you, and you can recommend that they go play for Coach Reinebold and Coach Jones at your alma mater, or go play for your dad at Texas A&M, why are you steering them toward SMU?
Well,
how's that for putting you on the spot?
It's twofold. For one, I knew SMU for, I was an SAE in a fraternity. Had a great time there. But outside of that, SMU is giving you a chance to go throw some balls and get on the field. I mean, I was kind of like a Michael Bowen guy. I mean, I didn't feel like I was a Brian Berry, so to speak, where I was a Corvette. I was more of a jalopy. And jalopies want to play, they go down a level. But I will say this, that SMU's on the rise. I think conferences will realign.
All-time leader,
and
Southwest Conference leader.
I think you couldn't do it with anybody better than Coach June Jones and guys like Coach Reinhardt.
Stop being modest, man. Stop being
You're
modest,
a
man.
ball-catching fool.
You were the best.
All right, so we got you, we got Michael Bowen, we got Brian Berry in the room, and I know that last December 24th, you watched Coach Reinebold and the Mustangs in that bowl game in Hawaii. As an alum, as an alumnus of the school, and as one of the guys who helped restart the program, along with Michael and Brian, what was it like watching that game in Hawaii? What did that mean to you and your family?
It was kind of perfection. I mean, these guys go back to where they used to wear leis, and they're just kind of cool in the gang, and I like laid back people and coaches like that. But to get there and then say, oh, we got to a bowl game, and then have them start rolling up people. I mean, it was not a game from the get-go.
No.
And it made me really proud. Emmanuel Sanders broke all of our stuff that we did together, and he deservedly did so. But it was truly a enjoyable afternoon, and we kind of felt like, gosh, this is right. It feels right.
It's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I want to thank our guests tonight. Jeff Reinebold, wide receiver coach at SMU. Michael Bowen and Nick Rossley. Thank you very much. Come back out next week and tune in. Log on to PonyFans.com to see who our guests will be coming up. This has been PonyFans Live.
Beat Rice.
Beat Rice. There you go.